Capital of the world and the heartbeat of the basketball world for 10 days during July. An appropriate backdrop for this guy, Jason Tatum, the Celtics' #3 pick, tonight locking up against Caleb Swanigan, a prolific scorer and an unrelenting rebounder for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Las Vegas native.
Had to round up a bunch of tickets for him today, no doubt.
You're not kidding.
And it really hurt them at times on the defensive end. Jackson kicks it out to Jaylen Brown, the second-year pro, knocks down the three. Demetrius Jackson with a partial guarantee. And the same play out to Brown, same result.
Pushing you can in the gym.
Zizic trying to back down Collins. Collins a little bit light. And it looks like we got a little basket interference. The bucket will count in Boston.
The people will say, how'd that guy miss it? Well, sometimes it's not his responsibility. You got to know whether it's the trail official. Wow, Celtics off to some start.
Okay. Here's Collins. Shemi Ojale putting a body on him. Collins with nowhere to go, forced it up, and the offense stuck in neutral on that possession for Portland.
Jump ball.
There's Jake Layman. Inside to Swanigan. Great give and go play. Layman with the layup. You know,
people forget. Ended up 41-41, but in the Western Conference and with the injuries they dealt with, that's a good basketball team. Playing time was not easy to come by.
Buford back out to Ojale. 9 on the shot clock for Tatum.
That's a charge.
A little bit of contact, and that's going to be an offensive foul. 2-point ball game. Zizic with the dribble handoff to Tatum. Jason Tatum firing over Connaughton, hits nothing but net. It's a very happy ending, PJ.
Hey, if we got young viewers out there, you got to look at what Caleb looked like when he was a young guy. You know, and so many people that are you know,
arguably the best player in the Big Ten last year. Swanigan averaged 18.5 and 12.5. Nice looking jump.
At Purdue. Matt Painter's a good buddy. He's an excellent coach. Love watching his teams play, and I think that, you know, Caleb's game, he's ready to play in the league.
Stokes.
Oh, shoot it.
Collins inside. Stokes with a great pass, and Brown able to flush it home.
I couldn't believe he didn't shoot the first one, and then he made a better pass.
No reset on the shot clock after the bad miss. No need, though. R.J. Hunter, well defended out front. Connaughton got loose. And that's the end of the first quarter.
You know, they're both good. Nurk rehab, which was basically resting, and so his foot's fine. He's been going through some good workouts. Strength will come, obviously, in the first game. You know, he wasn't as strong as he needs to be, but he's 19, and that's going to come. But he has a great sense for the game. He has a great sense for the game, and you can't take a night off because it's just going to be too tough.
I know you were looking forward to scouting Paul George a few more times, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good point because the previous year we finished the season really strong, and we ended up winning 44 and getting to the second round. I think we kind of
Leonard up front, but I'll tell you what. There's a lot of Noah Vonleh showed some good minutes. But Noah Vonleh, very similar, reminds me like Caleb Swanigan and Noah Vonleh. Ironically, both from Big Ten, both from schools in the state of Indiana. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of talent on that roster, and Terry has done a good job as Zach for the easy finish.
You mentioned Myers Leonard. He's working out in California with Drew Hanlon and James Fraschilla, also a player development coach, doing a great job with Myers Leonard. He's reportedly looking exceptional. The story by now about the Boston Celtics. Gordon Hayward is packing his bags, leaving the shadows of the Wasatch Mountains and headed east to Boston. And rebounded by Swanigan. Gutierrez looking to push. Gets into the paint, and a nice finish by Gutierrez.
Going to pay off.
Under a minute to go here now.
Josie, I remember '92, the Dream Team. Every practice, either before the best shooter.
Funny how that works.
It's going to happen for Jake Layman.
6-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Little dribble handoff. Jabari Bird got a great screen to get free. Markel Brown. See what they run here with 5 seconds to go. Gutierrez to Collins. Bad pass to Swanigan. And he won't get it off in time. That's the end of the first half. Boston, a nice ball fake. Brown working against the taller Swanigan. Had it back tapped and knocked away. R.J. Hunter on the move. Might have forced that one just a little bit. You know, we've talked a lot about Tatum and his mom, Brandy, but his father, Justin, was a collegiate back in his high school career.
Good rebound there by Zach Collins, but unable to finish. He uses his length to get the rebound, couldn't finish. Zizic just overpowers in Utah. Very talented staff. We see Jamie Young sitting over there with the old sage, Eddie Lacerte, their trainer. But
there's Swanigan with the Zizic out top. Demetrius Jackson off the screen. Boy, tough layup inside. Connaughton right back at him quickly the other way. Got the switch here against the taller Zizic. A couple of nice ball fakes and finish by Connaughton. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A low-scoring ball game. A long step by Allen and a nice left-handed finish.
Nice.
Yeah. Tatum out to Ojale. And Shemi was sweet on that one.
Well, the chemistry between those two is
play basketball, come out of his shell a little bit because he has a lot of ability.
Oh, does he? Hey, I'll tell you, he showed it. He's looked very impressive.
Swanigan with that foul line jump shot showing up. Corner jumper is good. Jarnell Stokes, not a three-point shooter, but he is here. Kind of reminds you of the night that Lonzo Ball had coming out of the shoot, but he bounced back nicely with a triple-double last night, and what a nice rebound putback.
You get a winner coming out of it. It's a much better format.
Let me ask you this. There have been different ideas floated for competition during the NBA's regular season as Jackson knocks down the three. And you put a value to it. And maybe it's not even. Maybe it's the. Maybe you leave the top 4 teams in each conference out of it. And you have some kind of tournament where when Avery Bradley went down, another Seattle player.
That's right.
Oh, Jake Layman went to punch it over Zizic, lost it, and Portland converts.
Well, there's Caleb with the move.
But
well, they lose Kelly Olynyk to Miami, Avery Bradley, the aforementioned, to Detroit. Amir Johnson to Philadelphia. Tyler Zeller was waived. Last game, yes. Steve says yes. He's got him for the whole day. We're going to report in at the end of the night.
Brown to Shemi Ojale.
Well,
a nice looking stroke from downtown. Gutierrez blocked by Zizic. Couldn't get the second one. 2 minutes to go. Connaughton off the nice feed.
7 feet than anything, and they can do everything. They can dribble it, they can shoot it, they can handle it. But I still think there's a spot for Darius Saric is a nice player. Saric is a really nice player. But I'll tell you what Markelle Fultz.
I'm going to have some with me.
All right.
And he'll be joining Tatum as part of our post-game coverage. 3 seconds to go, and Connaughton with a couple of late buckets for the Blazers. The game is going to end on that as Boston improves to 2-0, winning it 70-64. Jaylen Brown joining Tatum.